Hello everyone, I am the Sega Scourge, the Sonic Theorist. I'm a theorizer and overanalyzer of the Sonic franchise, predominantly sticking with the main canon. I cover anything from popular fan theories to extraordinarily bizarre concepts of my own, all surrounding our spiky blue hedgehog hero. Today, I'm here hosting this special video graciously arranged by The Sonic Show. Now, the following might be a little unorthodox, but if you guys enjoy it, then these theory videos could perhaps become a recurring series here on the channel. For today's thesis and argument, I'm keeping it simple, and hopefully won't incur the wrath of too many adherent fans. Today, we're talking about the leading man himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's go over some of the more oblique traits of the character. That's right, we're venturing into the uncharted zone of Sonic's multifaceted personality, piecing together some of the little-known theories about our beloved Hedgehog in a special Theory Countdown. Theory 1. Sonic is bored of Earth. Sonic is of course blessed with the ability to move at supersonic speeds and since a young age has most likely traveled the world numerous times. Utilizing full mastery over his lightning momentum, no region is off limits to the blue blur, going where he wants, when he chooses. Even stating in Sonic Unleashed that a cross-continental journey would be
an easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
With those facts in mind, then, wouldn't Sonic be pretty bored of Earth by now? I mean, of course he loves the planet and would gladly give his life to protect it, but I theorize that Sonic has actually grown tired of what Earth has to offer. Sonic is by nature a thrill seeker, always looking for adventure and moving forward. Being a natural explorer, it's very possible that the Hedgehog has seen just about every exotic location on Earth, but finding no exhilaration during his globetrotting. In Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1, for example, it was stated that Sonic has parted ways with Tails after the events of Sonic 3 and K in order to explore new and uncharted territory on his own. In Sonic Adventure, he often talked about taking a vacation somewhere, unequivocally another reference to his incessant need for venturing forth. During the finale of Sonic Advance, after the battle with the good doctor in the Moon Zone, Sonic actually disappears for, quote, a few days, completely absent, missing without a trace, with all his friends undoubtedly concerned for his safety and whereabouts. Tails would certainly have some means to track down Sonic whenever need be. If a crisis were to arise, he would know exactly where on the planet to find him, much like in Team Sonic's opening in Sonic Heroes. But in Advance's ending, Sonic quite literally dropped off the face of the Earth, only reappearing days later, soaring through the skies in his super state, with Tails bumping into him by mere coincidence. So where had he been during his time gone? Well, I believe that with Eggman defeated, the 7 Chaos Emeralds in hand, and some free time to kill, Sonic might have perhaps taken a journey around the universe, visiting other planets and sojourning for whatever entertainment he lacks on Earth. But that's just the first theory. Number 2. Sonic is actually homeless. Being, as I said, a natural thrill seeker, Sonic would undeniably have no need for a place of residence. Having no commitments besides the needs of his friends, Sonic's hyperactivity and general impulsive behavior would mean the chance of staying in one place is an absolute non-option for him. Games like Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Shuffle, and Sonic Labyrinth of all things somewhat hinted at the possibility of Sonic's domicile, but these are all most likely just places of temporary accommodation, either friends or perhaps just good Samaritans offering Sonic a place to rest. And no, I won't be counting the boom cannon, thank you. Sonic is a drifter, a free spirit with a passion for life and the action that comes with it. He would never constrain himself to a singular home for too long. Theory 3. Sonic has a medical disorder. Now, if you've been generally conceited up until now, dear Sonic fans, this may be the part where I lose your certitude. Taking into consideration all the aforementioned characteristics of Sonic's temperament, I theorize that the blue hedgehog shows all the signs of intermittent ADHD, feelings of restlessness, overactivity and hyperactivity, excessive physical movement, acting without thinking with little to no sense of impending danger, being negligent and easily distracted, leading to sour ramifications, and those are just some of the aspects to Sonic's character that have a bearing on this theory. And I theorize that it's conceivably Sonic's speed itself that is the issue. Being that Sonic's physicality is that of an anthropomorphic creature, it's safe to assume he operates on a similar physical level of a human being, for instance. Sonic's body, however, is jacked, constantly running above normal performance, meaning vital neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin that are needed to transmit information throughout his brain and body would be fluctuating wildly. Low and elevated dopamine and serotonin can lead to many of the preceding symptoms, and stimulants can also obstruct the normal regulation of these biochemicals. In Sonic's case, however, his stimulant is his own rapidity. In other words, Sonic isn't functioning at his peak, and it's his own speed that is the cause of it. But because of his extraordinary speed, he still achieves well above and beyond that of an ordinary person suffering from these issues, making the effects of his condition almost unnoticeable to the average viewer. Number 4. Sonic is no longer afraid of water. On a somewhat lighter note, it's common understanding that part of Sonic's character is his irrational fear of water and his inability to swim. Now, despite this being widely known in the fan base, the games have never really delved into this idiosyncratic aspect. Only some Sonic media, like the TV shows, make reference towards his trepidation in the depths, but not the main series, and honestly, I think it's a missed opportunity for some decent character development and progression in the games. And with newer Sonic titles continuously showing Sonic traversing more water-themed areas with no acknowledgement for his discomfort about it, it's as though Sega seems to be pulling us more and more away from what we've come to understand about the character. In Sonic Rush Adventure, one of the game's main features was Sonic's use of a water bike to traverse the sea, venturing to mysterious islands to progress the game's story, effectively putting Sonic out in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by nothing but water for miles. Now, for an individual with extreme hydrophobia in real life, that sounds like the framework for a severe anxiety attack. However, the Blue Streak remained undaunted by this task, once again completely missing one of the character's defining traits. And I'd go so far as to say Sonic's fear of water has been overcome. In Sonic Colors, he's able to consecutively jump his way through and out of the water, in a proficiency that makes swimming look pointless. And to stray outside of the canon for a moment, in certain Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games titles, Sonic is notably adept in the 100-meter freestyle. He has some issue maneuvering in the water and sometimes resorts to spinning atop the water, but he is fully capable of participating in these events and shows no sign of distress towards the aquatics, indicating to me that the pretense of Sonic's hydrophobia is erroneously inaccurate at this point. And finally, theory number 5. Sonic has a hidden dark side. Sonic has demonstrated at various points in the series that he has an unnatural attraction to malevolent forces, being incessantly corrupted by negative influences. Dark Gaia energy, world rings, and even the likes of Dark Sonic from Sonic X, if I want to draw more evidence from outside the canon, have all unveiled a side to the Blue Blur that we may have remained ignorant to all this time. Sonic has exhibited signs of hostility and aggression at minor instances throughout multiple titles, an attribute of his personality we're not fully used to, and something we wouldn't think a lovable, carefree character like Sonic is capable of. But behind Sonic's unshakable front lies an individual that is very breakable. Only in his moments of greatest loss do we get a glimpse at his second nature, and I've found several exemplary pieces of evidence that prove the Hedgehog can be fazed by one specific quality of his opposer. Sonic's unstable behavior and sonority has manifested itself in occasions when he is challenged, discouraged, or pushing the limit. From this, I theorize that Sonic's enormous ego is the prime cause of his more malignant emotions. Sonic, of course, is the epitome of speed. It's unquestionable that because of this, Sonic has therefore attained some level of self-importance because of his individuality. his speed. The mindset of the character shows us a cocky, sassy, overconfident, and self-absorbed daredevil with a big heart and strong sense of right and wrong. Basic psychoanalysis of these behavioral traits shows strong signs of narcissistic personality disorder and megalomania. With these feelings of omnipotence and grandeur in his speed, if his speed is triumphed over or criticized, a fragile zone of his self-confidence causes this vicious opposite to appear. Sonic is by no means evil, don't get me wrong, but through adversity, when what starts as a friendly rivalry turns into an obsession, an unfavorable habit shines through, overthrowing whatever sanctity and purity is already there. But I suppose we all have a little dark side to ourselves, don't we? Our evil gives us a sense of moral clarity, reaffirming our judgment, giving us a sense that we need to learn from our wickedness, from our dark side. Sure, sometimes our esteemed hedgehog loses his cool, but that only shows us that deep down, he's just as flawed as everyone else. Meaning that when he rises to occasion, when overwhelming odds are against him, when duty calls and there's no one else left, going into battle with cracks in your armor, that is true heroism. Sonic overall is the natural embodiment of the player, as vulnerable as any normal person but with their own drives and beliefs to keep them steady, while injecting some of his own flair into the mix. We all wanted to be as cool as Sonic when we were growing up. We all wanted to be proud and outgoing, but that's what the Blur's all about. He's an icon, encouraging moral growth, something that could possibly drive individuals to be better people, more kind and compassionate, but with an edge, a hint of loyalty and selflessness. And though my theories suggest Sonic has many of his own flaws, that only serves to make him an even more enduring, independent, and engrossing character. And with that, I draw this countdown video to a close. So what do you guys think? Which of these Sonic theories do you find most believable? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on all my crazy notions. And if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like to support the cause and consider checking out my channel for more outlandish Sonic theories and playthroughs. I'd like to thank The Sonic Show once again for having me. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I've been the Sega Scourge, the Sonic Theorist, and I'll see you all next time.